trainer, and I'm taking going to be talking to you today on this topic, that is what is the role of a parent during the exam time of your child. So since exams are around the corner, and specifically मैं board bound classes को focus कर रही हूँ. I think the home exams are also around the corner. So what is your role? Because I'm getting a lot of clients wherein children, they are very anxious, and along with them the parents are also equally anxious. So our role is very very important, चाहे वो कोई भी फेज में हो हमारे बच्चे, हमारा रोल बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, और स्पेशली एग्जाम टाइम में भी हमारा रोल बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो आज मैं उसी के बारे में डिस्कस करने जा रही हूँ. बिकॉज सबसे पहली चीज, व्हाट, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल माय डियर पेरेंट्स, व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज you need to stop being anxious, stop worrying, stop being fearful, and stop doubting your child. And just stop that, the constant stress that you're carrying. Because, you know what? I need to tell you that we and everything else is energy. And specifically, if I may talk about parents and children, I think you will really understand, because it has happened. I think it must have happened with you also so many times that you're thinking about a person and that person calls you up. So can you imagine how fast thoughts travel? So whenever you're anxious, whenever you're fearful, or you're worrying, or you're stressed, related to your child and the exam. So what are you doing exactly? You don't want to burden your child with that worry and anxiety of yours, but unknowingly आप क्या कर रहे हैं कि because you are worried, your vibrations and your frequency is the worry frequency, and that is going to your child unknowingly, and you are in that environment of your child, so that's going to the child. So how are you helping the child? You're not helping the child at all. You are unknowingly putting more of all these negative emotions or worry, stress, the doubt, even without you saying anything. Through your body language, it gets conveyed to your child. And your child feels more restless, more anxious. And then you think, where did I go wrong? What is happening? Why is my child, going through this? So this is extremely important, that you need to come out of your negative emotions. And what you can do is, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling stressed, anxious, you have to interrupt that emotion. You have the power to interrupt that emotion. And what does that mean? Just, just start, go and take a walk, take some action to come out of that. Start looking, watch some positive video, read something, go do maybe just a walk in your block, go and cook something, go and read something. You will be in a position to break your the worry or whatever is going on, that you will be able to break that negative emotion, interrupt that, and then change your emotion and say, and believe me, you can change your emotions like this. It does not take ages to change your emotions. Who's creating those emotions? Who's producing those thoughts? We. If we are producing those thoughts and we have the remote control in our hands, then we can always change that emotion, right? Nobody else is causing that. So, first of all, change your emotion so that you change your frequency and you change your vibration, because you don't want to burden your child with that, those burden of negative emotions, because the child is already going through his or her own anxiety. The next thing, my dear parents, which works wonders, is use reverse psychology, and I did it for my children definitely. I'm a mother of two boys, and I did it for my children. And reverse psychology is what? What you can say, you can tell your child is that I am so proud of the fact that are a great leader. I'm so proud of the fact that you're so compassionate. Look into his or her qualities and genuinely tell them that you're already very, very proud of them. And you will always be proud of them. And their exam, the performance in exam, does not matter at all. In it does not matter at all to you. I mean, your image of your child is fantastic. You will always be there by your child. You will love him or her unconditionally. So, what we tell our children, oh my God, marks नहीं आएंगे तो क्या होगा, आगे कैसे होगा, एडमिशंस कैसे होंगे, लोग क्या कहेंगे, उन सारी चीजों से बाहर निकल के what you've got to tell them that you've already proven yourself in my eyes. For me, you are my rock star already because of the reasons have to be genuine. Focus on the other qualities that your child is having. It's not just that कि exam में marks आएंगे तो ही you're going to love your child. And also, you need to tell your children that, uh, studying, like passing your 10th and 12th and studying and passing your exams and getting good grades is something which is just like, a foundation that needs to be, the foundation has to be there for a high rise to happen. A high rise cannot just, get created in the air. The foundation is extremely important. Similarly, there is no shortcut to success, and studies are important. You have to give exams, and your 10th and 12th, that is the foundation of everything else, because everything else, there is no shortcut. You have to have this foundation. And performance in your exams, this is for your success, right? For your success later on, and this you're doing for yourself, not for us as parents, because for us you're already a rock star and we love you because of these qualities of yours. So when you take out this pressure, कि लोग क्या कहेंगे, आपको परफॉर्म करना है, बच्चों को ये मैसेज चला जाता है कि पढ़ना is we are doing some kind of favor to our parents. Getting good grades is some kind of favor to our parents. No, not at all. Just tell them that you're a very good human being because of these qualities of yours. However, जैसे आप सारी क्वालिटीज आपके अंदर है, स्टडीज, आपका पढ़ाई भी एक क्वालिटी है, और ये लाइफ स्किल्स हैं ये सारी, इन्हीं इन्हीं के थ्रू आप यू विल बी बिकमिंग सक्सेसफुल, बिकॉज ये फाउंडेशन है, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. So there is no shortcut. Have realistic expectations from children. So maybe you have to, your child very well, right? That your child is good in maths, your child is good in social studies, or good in science, or whatever it is. We know the strengths of our children. So we need to have realistic expectation. A child who is average, in studies, we cannot expect a 90% from the child. If you put that pressure, then that creates a lot of pressure on the child. So have realistic expectations from your children. Tell your children that they're already your rock stars, and the image of your child in your eyes is already fantastic. So ऐसा नहीं कि marks आएंगे तो ही image बनेगी. You love your child. For in your eyes, your child is already a rock star. So tell them that. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, believe me, अगर आप एग्जाम, मतलब कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना कि we just go on a trip of over analysis, start thinking, and go on that slippery road and completely become overwhelmed with that negative thought. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, एक बहुत simple trick है. What you need to do is just relax, and for that, body language is like magical. When you do anything and when you use your body language also, it really happens like this. So what you can do to relax yourself, you can take your hands up, take a deep breath, calm yourself down, release all your anxiety. So you can do this exercise morning and evening, very very important. And the other thing, my dear parents, is that don't create curfew like situation at home. बहुत सारे घरों में मैंने देखा है कि सारी चीजें पोस्टपोन हो जाती हैं, इवन बर्थडे सेलिब्रेशंस आ रहे हैं, या कुछ भी हो रहा है, नो नो नो, एग्जाम्स हैं, एग्जाम्स हो जाएंगे उसके बाद करेंगे, एग्जाम्स है, यू टॉकिंग, अगर आप कोई रिलेटिव से भी बात कर रहे हो, किसी का भी फोन आ रहा है, फैमिली मेंबर, फ्रेंड से, ओह देर आर एग्जाम्स, लेट्स माय चाइल्ड इज स्टडिंग, एग्जाम्स आ गए हैं, अभी उसका ये नहीं हुआ, वो नहीं हुआ, तो वो एक एक हर चीज में न चाहते हुए भी हम क्या कर रहे हैं, कॉन्स्टेंटली एग्जाम्स 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 एग्जाम्स, एंड वी आर क्रिएटिंग दैट, that tension, that stress, because bhai, whatever said and done, the word exam does carry that certain emotions जो सिर्फ नाम लेते ही एग्जाम के आ जाते हैं. All of us have been programmed like that, and that happens everywhere. That is there in the environment. Whatever we are thinking, we are giving in the environment, and that is how we are creating that. So try to uh, you know try to keep your home environment as normal as possible. Normal home environment will be more supportive during your child's exam than an environment where which is full, which is like a curfew कि बा एग्जाम नहीं हो गया, पता नहीं क्या हो गया घर में. और बिलीव मी, इन स्पाइट ऑफ द फैक्ट, मैंने सोचा था 2023 में अब इतना जमाना आगे बढ़ गया, थिंग्स मस्ट बी वेरी इजी, बट लेट मी टेल यू, द काइंड ऑफ क्लाइंट्स आई गेट, सिचुएशन बिल्कुल वैसे ही है अभी भी. बहुत सारे घरों में नहीं होगा, आई मीन डिपेंड्स, पेरेंट्स मस्ट बी वेरी रिलैक्स्ड, बट मेजॉरिटी of the parents still have that fear and those anxieties and everything related to that exam. So, try to make your home environment as normal as possible. And the other thing I want to say is, just बच्चे का भी exam है, don't start hovering around this child, your daughter, or your son. Just क्या खाओगे, क्या पियोगे, पढ़ लो, all the time hovering around the child will create more of tension. Don't give that so much of attention, over attention during exam times by parents is not at all helping your children at all. They just want the parents. Believe me, I have so many children come to me for counseling sessions, and they have confessed and said that, the more our parents leave us alone and have unconditional faith and belief on us, the more we are relaxed and we can study. We don't want that extra attention, just because exam hai to wo extra attention that creates more of pressure on your children. The other thing is, let them refresh their brain, because कोई भी एक्टिविटी या हमारा जो attention span होता है, you know different students have different kind of attention spans, सबकी methodologies भी अलग होती हैं. So let them relax, let them watch. They can watch a little bit of TV. They must use their phones. If they want to play, they should be allowed to play. And if they want to listen to music, if your child wants to listen to music, that doesn't mean that he or she is not concentrating. कई लोगों का तो style होता है कि, I think that was the case with my younger one. He used to put music, and then, he absorption of concepts and everything became easy for him. My elder one always had to dribble a ball, basketball, always, because he comes in the movers category. He has been a kinesthetic learner always. So, depending on that, also, you need to allow all of this to your children, because the brain also needs, they also need to breathe, and the brain, when the brain does these kind of different activities, it relaxes. So, have that unconditional faith and belief and trust on your child. This is the best thing that you can do to your children. Have that unconditional faith, trust, and belief in your child and and their capability. That will be the best thing. And be relaxed. Be happy, be joyous, think positive. This is the best thing and the best help that you can do for your children in this exam. Don't overindulge in talking to other overwhelmed parents. There are, that had so much of panic, क्योंकि आप अगर बहुत ज्यादा ओवरवेल्म्ड एनर्जी से इंटरेक्ट करोगे, तो उनका सारा का सारा एंजाइटी आप पे आ जाएगा. देर आर सो मेनी ग्रुप्स दीज डेज विद ऑफ पेरेंट्स, एंड यू नो I would request that you should not indulge into parents who are overwhelmed too much. If you're going to take the calls, talk to them, all that will get transferred to you, and through you to the environment unknowingly. All of that will go to your children also. Often tell your child that I know that you will give your best, and that is more than enough for me. So keep telling during your conversation. जब भी बातचीत हो रही है आपकी, तो you should tell your children that I know that you will do your best and you will give your best, and that is enough for me. because I have that faith and belief in you. So that is going to be amazing, because that is going to boost your child's self confidence. The other thing that a lot of parents do is don't bribe them for studies or getting marks. A lot of parents get into this bribe mode and say, ki, if you're going to get 90% and above, or 95 and above, or 90, whatever is your, किसी के goals 90 से नीचे होते ही नहीं. Why do we set goals for our children? Let them set their goals, what they want to achieve. So, and uske liye we said, कि if you're going to achieve this percentage, mama is going to give you an iPhone, daddy is going to give you this, that. Why should we bribe? We don't have to, because they are doing it for themselves, right? In fact, you need to say that it is your choice that you want to clear this exam in one go, or you want to do it in, you want to take 2 years for this. I am not going to be ashamed of this. It's all your journey and you have to take a call, your decision, right? क्योंकि हमारे बच्चे इतने बड़े हो जाते हैं, the moment we put the responsibility and everything on and we relax, it becomes, they become more responsible. That is what I've seen. That is what I did with my children also, because I told them, you have to decide. Totally yours, but I am proud of you. I will be proud of you, and I will always be proud of you. Whether you want to clear it in one go, or how many attempts, you have to decide. So this really helps. Don't compare them with other children. That is very important कि आपको किसी से पता चला, किसी मदर से, oh my child is studying for so many hours, तो आप भी अपने बच्चे को बोलने लगे. Don't do that. Because सबकी styles भी अलग होती है, capacities भी अलग होती हैं. अब यहाँ पे, children have different preferred learning styles. That some that is visuals, auditory, and kinesthetic learners there are. And this the visual aspect, the kinesthetic aspect, and the auditory aspect is there. This learning style is there in all the children. But किसी किसी में visual बहुत prominent होता है, किसी किसी का auditory learning style बहुत prominent होता है, किसी का kinesthetic. Like my elder son was his preferred learning style was through movement. So he always needed to a ball, and he always kept on moving while learning. There are like and my younger son, probably he was a mix of auditory and kinesthetic, both. So he had always required music to be on. Similarly, there are some children who are visual learners. Their preferred learning style is through visuals. So they absorb more through observation. So that's why we should not compare our children at all, because everybody has different learning styles and they're all special. They're all unique in their own themselves. Don't dictate as a parent, have logical conversations. I mean, don't tell them that, suppose, dictate in the sense that, suppose that you want your children to drink water. So don't say, no, you have to drink water. You have to. The moment you do, you have to. I mean, here they become, there's a switch which goes off. So we have to start treating our children not like babies. They are no more babies. They are becoming adults. They are in the process of becoming adults. So we need to treat them as we treat adults. Give them logically, talk to them logically, and say, would you like to have this? Do you want, how do we treat adults? Right? Start treating them like that. So many of your battles are not to be fought. We unnecessarily get stuck in wrong battles. You have to choose your battles. कहाँ पे बोलना है, कहाँ पे you have to engage your energy with them. So best मैंने तो ये देखा है, logically उनसे बात करो, और उनके opinions अगर आप पूछें, तो then they become more open, rather than we piling our opinions and our thoughts and whatever we want on them. So that becomes, ask them that how would they like you to support during their exam time. Ask them. I mean, don't get after them. Just ask them कि what do you want. ऐसा नहीं है कि the child is, our children are capable enough that they will put the alarm, they'll get up. But we as parents, so many of us, and I've also done it. It's not that I'm a parent counselor, or I've written 2 books, or and I'm into this space, so I have always been perfect, or I'm perfected it. No, I'm just a person in the process. I'm a parent in the process. I've done my set of mistakes. So many a times we are so anxious कि सुबह ये उठेंगे कि नहीं अपने पढ़ाई के लिए, तो we without they even asking us, we will just go and try to wake them up and they get so irritated, they do. So we need to respect their privacy. We need to give them that space. We need to ask them, Ki, what is it that they want us to be doing? I mean, how much do they want us to contribute, and what kind of support do they need from us during their exam time? That is going to really be fantastic for your relationship, and not putting unnecessary pressure on them. Make sure the meals are nutritious. That is something that you need to look into, that they're having enough of carbs, proteins, and fiber rich food, and of course fats. But nutritious meals, wherein balanced kind of a diet, wherein everything is inclusive. And definitely you need to keep your children away and talk to them. I mean, don't just and dictate, but talk to them about it. You need to keep your children away from coffee, tea, iced tea, Red Bull, or other energy drinks. They, because what do? They just give that spike, where, and then they overstimulate the brain, and then there is a crash. Not at all good. Then coffee and tea, they are diuretics. So even iced tea and all, so they take out more of your water from your body because they are diuretics. So instead of that, you can give normal, soups can be given. Obviously, this is not a time to give them juices. So soups can be given, and water can be given in any form. They can have water, and they must keep themselves hydrated. Ideally, 3 to 3.5 or 4 liters of water, depending on height and weight and everything. But that is what each one of us needs to take, whether winters or summers, because our body is made of 80% is water, and keeping the body hydrated means oxygen is reaching every cell of your body, and that is where the children will feel fresh, and that will help them in their studies, right? Because the brain cells and all our body organs, every cell needs oxygen. So keeping hydrated is going to be very, very helpful. Then definitely fruits and vegetables must be had, and nutritious home cooked food is going to be good for your children. And last but not the least, for parents, I would say, both mom and dad and whoever is there in the family, please take care of your FTBAs. That is your feelings, your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions. So please take care of yourself more. Don't get into fights. Don't get, or because what happens, that we are so stressed and so anxious that on for little things we just bump into each other, and we start fighting, and we start getting into arguments, whereas that is what needs to be avoided. Give them a peaceful home environment. That is something which is going to be amazing. So when it comes to FTBA, you know feel, think, believe, and act as if the exam of your child has been done extremely well, and how you would be, and how are you going to be celebrating that. Visualize, think that, and calm yourself down, because ultimately exams are going to come to an end, right? So your feelings, your thinking, your beliefs, and your actions are more important than anything else. So take care of yourself and your FTBA. FTBA, as if you've already achieved it, you will be in the right frequency. Whenever you feel anxious, start feeling, thinking, believing, and acting as if the exams, your children have written fantastic. They have done extremely well in the exams, and you are going out to celebrate with them. And then you can just see your frequency change, and you'll feel so relaxed, and that is going to be very, very helpful. The other thing what you can do is to calm your anxieties down. You can write positive affirmations for your children and visualize as if they are writing the exams. And they are coming back home, and they are sharing that the exam, that the paper went off really well. So visualization and writing affirmations is very very helpful when, especially when you're anxious, and this works superbly well if you do these if you do the affirmations in the morning. What you can do is you can record these affirmations in the morning. Or you can write it also if you want to just write, and wherein you can write that my the affirmation has got to be that thank you God, my child has performed extremely well in his or her examination and has scored extremely well. I'm so thankful. So it has got to be in present tense, and it has got to be as if it has already been done, and a gratitude. Thanking God is going to be the best. So this is how you can write your affirmations, and similarly you can do your you can do your visualizations and be in the gratitude frequency, because thanking God rather than being worried key and doubtful about your child, just start thanking God, that thank you God, my child is studying so well, thank you God, my child has done so well. So and not only for that, just be in thank you mode. If you've got to interrupt any of your negative emotions, just take a try this, and in the comment section जरूर बताइएगा अपना experience कि कैसा रहा ये. So एक you can just take a paper and start writing gratitude to God. Thank you God for you know 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just go on writing. मैं तो ये कहूंगी कि थैंक यू, अगर बहुत ज्यादा आपको एंजाइटी हो रही है तो आप start writing gratitude for any and everything that you can think of. And by the time you're done with 11 things to thank, 21, 51, or 108, and your vibrations will change, your frequency will change, because gratitude is the most powerful frequency that you can give to the universe, because gratitude is something which elevates your frequency immediately, and that is one of the best to attract all that you want. So stay in the attitude of gratitude and see the magic, right? So practice all of this, dear parents, and all the best for the exams of your children. And you know how important your role is. You're doing a great job already, but take care of your FTBAs and practice all that I told you, and come back to the video and share in the comment section as to how was your experience and what is it that you liked about the video, and did you practice, what are you going through. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them, right? All the best.